So now we're moving into Ruby. We're starting with one cost Fan the Flames action. Ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. 385, definitely playable. The fact that you can quest with something and then ready it and then swing into something else, I think makes this card okay. Reminds me of Teen Titans Go from Versus System. He he's got a sword. One cost inkable. Chosen character gets +2 attack this turn. Um, the ability to swing up into things, it will determine how strong cards like this are, as we were mentioning with Emerald. 2 to 5. Minnie Mouse, 1 drop, 1/3. Lore, not high on the 1 drop, 1/3s. She is thinkable. 1 out of 5. Sergeant Tibbs, 1 drop, 2/2. 1 lore, 4 to 5. Spoke at depth about every color has a card like this. 1 drop, 2/2s. Feel like they're always playable. 1 cost, Shield of Virtue item. Pay 3. Excuse me. Activate, pay 3. Ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. This is reminiscent of the action item, except in the turn. Excuse me. This is reminiscent of the action that costs 1, except it's an item, and so you can reuse it every turn once you play it onto the board. I think that that's a strong thing to do. I think it's strong to quest with something and then ready it with it and then swing with it. 4 to 5. Cut to the chase. 2 cost action. Chosen character gains rush this turn. They can challenge the turn they're played. Um, this would be like the opposite of the Emerald card that exhausts a character. Freeze, I think it's called. You have to be able to play something, pay 2, give it rush, and then swing into something else. And I think that just costs too much. 2 out of 5. Donald Duck, 2 drop inkable, 2/3. Well statted, 1 lore, 2 out of 5. Gaston, 2 drop inkable, 4/2 reckless. This character can't quest and must challenge each turn if able. So obviously he has no lore. He has 4 attack. I definitely think that that makes him playable. 3 out of 5. He answers a lot of the cards in the game, such as Cusco and Mad Hatter, that are 4 defense. LeFou, 2 drop inkable, 2/2. When you play this character, ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. 1 lore. Again, given the ability to ready somebody and they can't quest for the rest of the turn, it's kind of irrelevant because you can quest first and then play something like LeFou and then ready him and then hit something. Or you can hit something and then ready him and hit something else again if you can swing the attack. If you're just choosing to go that route. 3 out of 5, definitely playable. Tangle, 2, cost action, inkable. Each opponent loses 1 lore. 1 out of 5. Abu, 3 cost, inkable, 3/2, 2 lore. Playable. 3 out of 5. Aladdin, 3 drop, inkable, 2/2, improvise. When you play this character, each opponent loses 1 lore. 1 lore on himself. He does have a, when entering the battlefield effect, to drop a lore, and will be shiftable with an Aladdin that comes in the future. 3 out of 5, definitely playable. Peter Pan, 3 cost, not inkable, 3/2, rush. This character can challenge the turn they played. 1 lore. 2 out of 5. Answers some things at 3 attack. If he was a 4/2, a little better. He fits that realm with Rafiki, but Rafiki's just a little better. Poisoned Apple, 3 cost. Item, take a bite. Pay 1, banish this item, exert chosen character. If a princess character is chosen, banish her instead. Playable. There's a lot of princesses. The ability to exert something and then swing into it is definitely an answer. It does cost 3 and then 1 additional to use it, so 4 toss total to banish a princess. Elsa's definitely playable. She's definitely a princess. There are a lot of playable princesses. It just depends on how good that's going to end up. Definitely playable 3 out of 5. Elsa, 4 drop, Inkable, 3/4. Whenever you play a character named Anna, ready this character. This character can quest for the rest of the turn. Running theme for Ruby, 1 lore. She's got good defense, 2 out of 5. My boy Pongo, evasive. 4 drop, Inkable, 2/3, evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge this character. 2 lore. He can hide behind evasive, generate 2 lore. Stats could be better, 2 out of 5. Scar, Fiery Usurper, 4 drop, 5/3, 1 lore. Put him in the 3 out of 5 category. 5 attack for 4 ink is a pretty good stat line. Can answer a lot of different threats at the 5 slot. Remains to be seen whether or not he's going to make a lot more cuts in deck building. Sword of Truth, 4. Banish this item. Banish chosen villain character. It goes along the lines of the same principle as the Poisoned Apple, except this just banishes a villain. There are definitely playable villains, but I would feel really bad if I was building a deck or playing an opponent that wasn't playing a deck with villains in it, and then I just am holding a 4 cost Sword of Truth or playing a 4 cost Sword of Truth that is not inkable and doesn't do anything. 2 out of 5. Captain, 5. Inkable, 6/5. Ridiculous stats, 1 lore. Not much else to say about it. 3 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Dragonfire, 5 cost, action, banish chosen character. This is like literally the first card that we've come across in Lorcana that just says banish a character. It doesn't hit ward. Cusco gets around it. So there are cards that aren't affected by Dragonfire. But that's ridiculous. Goofy, 5 drop, Inkable, 3/4, evasive. Only characters with evasive can challenge this character. 2 lore. Evasive is good. 5 for 2 lore is it's okay. Stat wise, 2 out of 5. Maui, 5 drop, Inkable, 6/5, rush, and reckless. 3 out of 5, definitely playable. Answers just about anything in the game. Not Ursula. There's a couple things. I think it like Vassiller, I think it's a 5/7, if I remember right. But for the most part, like slamming this down and answering a big threat relatively quickly could be pretty good. But the question would be like, why play Maui when you can just pay 5 to banish a character with Dragonfire? So it just depends on what you're looking at. Moana, 5 drop, Inkable, 2/6. When you play this character, you may banish a chosen character named Tekka. 2 lore. Obviously, an incredibly situational card. If Tekka is in the meta and prominent, and you're playing red, and you need to be able to banish Tekkas, value goes up. If not, what are we playing this card for? 2 out of 5. Mulan, 5 drop, Inkable, 4/5, lead by example. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn. This card has a lot of potential. If you're going wide and you're playing Mulan and you have the ability to give it rush the same turn that you summon it, which red definitely has, you can do a lot of unexpected tempo swings with this card with your 1 drop, 1 lore characters and 2 drop, 1 or 2 lore characters and whatnot. It's something that's unexpected. So I think Mulan definitely has a place. I think that she can do a lot, and you can make a lot of unexpected plays with her. 3 out of 5. Rapunzel, 6 drop, not inkable, 5/4. Whenever you play this character, each opponent loses 1 lore, 2 lore in of herself. Okay stats, high costed, making your opponent lose a lore. 2 out of 5. Stitch, 3 lore, 6 drop, inkable, 4/6. Okay stat, not a lot of things in the game. Answer 6 defense, and he's generating 3 lore, so maybe get a quest or 2 out of him. Depends on what your deck's trying to do. 3 out of 5. Potentially playable. There are better cards. Taka, 6 drop, 8/6, reckless. This character can't quest and must challenge each turn. If able. La di freaking da. 1 out of 5. Tigger, 6. Evasive. Only characters with evasive can cast this character. 4/4. 2 lore. Evasive makes him okay. Potentially playable. Probably better things that you're going to be doing with that. 2 out of 5. The big boy himself, Aladdin, 5 out of 5. 7 cost, inkable. 5/5, shift 5. You may pay 5 to play this on top of one of your characters named Aladdin. Daring exploit. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore and each opponent loses 2 lore. If you play Aladdin and it comes back to your turn, and you can quest with Aladdin, and you can ready him with one of the many effects that Red has, and pop things off, like that is a tremendous lore swing. Even the fact that you can shift with him, swing, and like immediately gain a 4 lore swing is ridiculous. It's like 5 out of 5. Can't mention that enough. This card is insane, and it makes me really happy that he's a foil super rare in the starter decks. Five out of 5. 5 out of 5. Not only is it one of the best songs in Disney history, it banishes all characters. This is the primo removal tool for removal tools. It does cost a lot, but you could exhaust for free to use it. To sing for free if necessary. And there's also ramp tools. There's blue red to ramp into to be able to like slam be prepared or just get there. I mean, it's a complete reset. If your opponent is playing a deck that plays out all their cards and then they have no cards left in your hand and you're ramping into be prepared and then you be prepared, probably just going to win the game on the spot because your opponent won't have nothing else to do. Captain Hook, 7 drop. Not inkable, 5/5 rush. You coward. While this character is exerted, opposing characters with evasive gain reckless. They can't quest and must challenge if able. 2 lore. So he can swing, and he answers evasive. Has a spot. Evasive can be a mechanic that is going to be really important moving forward. 3 out of 5. Don't know how good he's going to be right now. Our boy, Brave Little Tailor, evasive, 8 cost, 5/5, 4 lore. Quest with this 5 times and win the game. That's probably why he cost 8. There's definitely a place for him. I think that like blue, red ramp decks with Mickey Mouse as their top end, and then just trying to win around Mickey Mouse and controlling the board can be something that you can be looking towards. But I'm not convinced. Usually, a lot of times when card games first come out, it's the fast, most efficient decks that'll come out on top. So like very aggressive styles. Red deck wins Magic the Gathering. Um, I think he is going to be a good long-term control game strategy card to play around. But it remains to be seen how strong he's going to be in set 1. 4 out of 5. Scar, 8 drop. 6/6, shift 6. You can pay 6 to play him on top of one of your other characters' named Scar, rousing speech. When you play this character, ready your characters with cost 3 or less. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. That ability is good. I mean, questing and then swinging and answering all your opponent's characters instead of having to just answer your opponent's characters could be pretty good. 3 out of 5. Big Mommy Maleficent. 9 drop, 7/5, Dragonfire. When you play this character, you may manage to choose character. 2 lore. We talked a little bit about the control strength of like Brave Little Tailor Mickey. This is this is the drop that I would rather play over Brave Tailor Mickey because playing this immediately answers a threat that my opponent has on the table, and then presents a decent threat at 2 lore. Um, as mentioned, 5 is a pretty decent spot for defense. Like, not a lot of things that opponents are going to be doing are going to get you there to 5 without 2 attacks, so it's probably always going to be like a 2 for 1. But the fact that you banish opponent's character as soon as you play this card, probably have a turn to mess with Maleficent for 2 lore generation, makes it pretty good. Pretty happy with this 4 out of 5. And that's going to do it for Ruby.